Hey guys, welcome back with a new My Name's Kate Marie, and we're back with another YouTube video. What I'm doing today is I'm ranking all of these books that I have read. I've gotten back into my reading, as I've said. So I wanted to rank all the books that I've read. I think there's 9 books I've read since I've started getting into reading. Yeah, we have 8 physical books and then 1 book I read online. But yeah. So the first book that we have, I think the worst book that I've read, is going to have to be The Ballad of the Songbird and Snakes. I was excited to read this. I wanted to read it before the new movie came out. So I've always wanted to read a book and then watch a movie. And then I did. And I'm still watching the movie. I think we have half an hour left. I think my issue with this book is just it was boring. I didn't care for it, honestly. It's just, I think my favorite thing about The Hunger Games, because it's a prequel to The Hunger Games, when they're in The Hunger Games, and everything leading up to this was just kind of boring. And then of course it is a prequel to President Snow, the 10th Hunger Game, and everything between that is kind of cool, just because you find stuff out about him and his life. But I mean, he's kind of whiny, and it's okay, Lucy Gray and stuff, but I don't know. And I hated the ending. I was just I've waited all that time for this crap ending. But I give it a 1 out of 5 stars. And then we have, if I can find it, Robert B. Parker's Cheap Shot. So we were at I think Virginia, and then my mom got it at a Salvation Army thing. So it's about, it's in a book series. So a little confusing. There's some parts I was I think he would have found it out, but I think it's this detective, and then this baseball guy, his son gets kidnapped, so they're dealing with all that and find who kidnapped him. It's a decent book. It wasn't bad. I of course was confused at some parts, which I mean you've read a book in the series, but it wasn't. I mean it was okay. I think I'd write other things from him. I liked how the chapters were nice, and are they short or are they long? I think they were short. Hold on. I liked how the chapters weren't very long, because I don't like long chapters, so I really like that about him. I would like to read maybe other books of his, but I give that a 2 out of 5 stars. I'm also giving the ranking of the stars of these two. And then we have Where the Crawdads Sing. So this book, I watched the movie when it came out, and I wanted to see the differences between it, because Mom said the book was really good. This was a good book. No complaints. What was I gonna say? It's about this girl, I forgot her name, but she's lives in the swamp, and she's convicted of a murder, so they're trying to figure out if she actually did it or not, which is really cool about it. And then, if you've ever seen the movie or the TV show Cruel Summer, it kind of does that, or would have back then, of it kind of shows her life, and then shows stuff leading up to what happened. But then it also would jump into present day and what's actually happening and the court and stuff. So I really liked how they did that. I really liked that we got to a lot of her home life, and it was a good movie, a good book. I think I did do a book and movie comparison. I don't know for sure, but I do think I did. And then the book that I read in one whole day, because I'm such a big kid, was Fairest of All. Oh, Where the Crawdads Sing was 4 out of 5 stars. So we have Fairest of All. This is in the series, Disney Villains, the first one in the series. They're easy reads, but it's the backstory and the villain's point of view of everything. It was a really decent book. I mean, it's the evil queen, so we got to find out kind of how she became the queen, what made her become evil. It was a good read. It was fun. It was a light-hearted read. It was a 4 out of 5 stars. And then we have The Hunger Games. I think this is the first book I've actually started actually reading, when I actually went and got into books. So yeah. I think everyone knows what this is about. I did a book to movie comparison to that. I honestly read it so I could see what was different between it. Really cool. I keep saying I apologize. I feel like everyone knows what Hunger Games is about, but like if you don't, it's like 12 districts, and then every year a male and a female from like I think like 13 to 18 it has to like fight. From each district has to like fight and like win. So it kind of like deals with that. And it's really good and I like it. So yeah, it's 4 out of 5 stars. And then we have Catching Fire, a hardcover. I just like it. I didn't like to know that it was a hardcover, but yeah, I liked the second movie more. I liked the second book more. It's just good, and I just liked it. So it's just like it was like a year after, and then like it's like they put everyone who's ever won it into the one game, which was really interesting how they did that. But yeah, I haven't read Mockingjay. I went to, but then I stopped reading. So I started reading Where the Crawdads Sing, and then like I kind of stopped reading those. And then I want to read The Ballad of the Songbird and Snake, so I'll get into Mockingjay. I guess that book's on read first. But yeah, and then that's 4 out of 5. And then we have The Assassin Game. I got this from the book too. We're gonna talk about how cool the cover is though. Like, I don't know. I just think it's like so cool how it does this. But it's a pretty good book. It is about they live I think it's like in like a boarding school and you play in these like games and stuff and it's like you fake kill people but then like someone actually starts dying. It was pretty good. It wasn't really what I expected it to be, but I did enjoy it and I did like the storyline for it. I was hoping for a little, I might not want to spoil it. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. It like starts off really cool too. Just like it starts off and then yeah, but that's a 4 out of 5 stars. And then we have probably my favorite book series I've ever read is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Can I talk about how good this book, like I don't know, I love book covers, especially just because I just bought a new book yesterday. Actually, you know what? I want to show you guys a new book I bought yesterday because I'm quite excited. Because right now I'm reading The Beast Within, The Beauty and the Beast one, because like if you have Amazon Prime, if you read it on the Kindle, the first 2 books are free. But I want to show you guys the book I'm going to read because I've got a book, so why not? So this is called 3 Days to Live. I don't know why. I was just at where was I? I was at Sam's Club yesterday and I was looking. I was like, oh, this was quite interesting. It's like she's at like a honeymoon with like a CIA agent, and then she's poisoned her husband on, and they like 3 days to like live and find out who did it. I'm quite excited to read this. I want to let you guys know what I was reading next. So sorry for that ad break, but yeah, I love this cover. It's so good. This is actually such a good book, I have to admit. Okay, so it was just a good book. It's about this girl Pip, and she's I think like a senior, and like they have like a capstone project. So it's like something like they work on like an entire year, and so basically, it's like 5 years ago, someone got murdered, like he like committed suicide. And then it goes like a case closed. Like she didn't really believe that's everything that happened. So then she goes and like tries to investigate and find out what happened. And I love true crime. So it's so good the way they do this. It's a 3-part series. It's by Holly Jackson. I want to read more of her books. I just can't find the one because the one's like $30. But like it's really good. I actually making a TV show out of it, which I'm so excited for. But yeah. So a good book, 5 out of 5 stars. Recommended. My favorite book series I've read. And then we have Good Girl, Bad Blood, the second book in this series. So I think this is like a year later, and she ends up starting a podcast. So of course someone asked her to investigate another crime thing, and it's about like this dude, and he goes missing, and people like don't believe him because he's like they think he's run away. So it's really good. It does something really cool. It talks about an actual real life true crime case, which I love because like they were talking about it. I was like, wait, what if this is real? And I looked it up, and it was real. So I really enjoyed how they did that. Good book, awesome, 5 out of 5 stars. They just get better and better. But my favorite book that I have read is going to have to be. I want you guys to guess. As Good as Dead. Look how cool this cover is, and like the way like these like feel is so cool too. I had to put that out here. But it is just so good. Like, so she's doing the podcast, but then what actually happens is now someone is after her. So it does start out like a little bit boring, but then it gets so good, and like it's so good. Like I don't think I've ever read a book that many pages in a book until like I read that one book in a day. It is so good. I think it ties everything together. It's a good finale of a book series. It goes back to the first one, which I really enjoyed, and it was just a good trilogy, a good ending to it. I would love there was an epilogue just because I have grown attached to these characters. And I wanted to know exactly what a life is now. So I'm hoping when they do a TV show, they do it, but who knows. But it's a good book. I recommend to 100%. Like, if I was going to recommend any of these books, I want to recommend, of course, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like that entire book series, because it is so good and I love it. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy the video, we talk about books. I know I would never guess like a year ago I would make a whole YouTube video dedicated to books, and here I am today. So if you guys enjoy, if you guys have any like books like these, preferably like A Good Girl's Guide to Murder or like the Assassin's Game, because I love my favorite type of books are like murder mysteries, and you have to try and like guess who the killer is, which is what I loved about the first three books, or the first and like the. So if you guys have any books like that, let me know down below. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know your opinions down below. But I'll talk to you guys next week.